We are live. Let's get the stuff ready. What the? Oh, it's Fatal Frame. I was like, what is this thumbnail I'm seeing in my sub list? Alright, that's done. We're good there. I did not open the game yet. That would help. Do, 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 do. Yay, that's good, that's good. All of this is good. Hey, I didn't make my message. That's what I'm forgetting. Okay, got this. Grab this. Boom. Alright, so Billy is not around tomorrow. Hello, VVB. How you doing? OBS? Okay. Weird that I didn't pick it up till now, because I've definitely had the game open for long enough that I should have picked it up, but whatever. Things happen, I don't really worry about it too much. Alright, auto harvest. The final day of this. Alright, let's claim these. Oop. Oh. Wait, why didn't these reset? So confused by that. I don't want to do that one on this character. Monster collection. Yeah, I don't do that here. What are you up to, VVB? How's your day going? Yeah, I kind of like that just for the... What does the full set look like if I do it? Pretty mid. You took a jar of Nutella with no response after that, you know? We just... How would I even explain? What the hell? What happened to this poor jar of Nutella? Okay, we have one Monster Park ticket, so let's grab the other Monster Park tickets. Monster. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, is that the sale dates? Okay, how does this work if these aren't fashion? How does this say this stuff? Duration. Oh, it says the duration at the top. Oh, so these are permanent. It's just the sale date is right there. I see. God, that's trippy how they do that. I don't like that. I took it to a mall. I'm not saying that because I just like I'm definitely gonna butcher that name if I try to say it. Basically, a diner where only sells breakfast stuff. Oh. So they were probably pissed at you, if I'm gonna be real with you. If I know anything about diners and stuff like that, they're not usually happy when you take in... Well, honestly, any restaurant's not happy when you bring in your own stuff. They hate that. Okay. Link manager. Oh, we are on the correct one. Thought I was on this one for some reason. Okay. Pan-fried bread or Hasha pan-fried bread. Fried bread. Deep-fried bread. With tea. A lot of bread being fried is what I'm seeing there. I also asked for 1 dirham of tea in my empty jar of Nutella, and this fucking Chad completes it, fills it completely. Wait, what? So you had your, like, had you just eaten the jar of Nutella and then put tea in it to mix it with the Nutella or something? Or was it like an empty jar of Nutella that you had cleaned out and put tea in it? I got a lot of questions for why you're filling up a jar of Nutella with tea. Empty and cleaned. Why'd you bring the jar of Nutella to the store to fill it up with tea? Chocolate mint tea sounds good. Yeah, but wouldn't they just give you a cup of it or something? Like, I'm missing something here? To my desk at work. Okay. Alright, so you're essentially using it like a poor man's thermos, or like... Not necessarily a thermos, but just a poor man cup, you know, a jar of Nutella, and it's good enough to bring it around to bring my tea in. And then you flex that you have a jar of Nutella full of tea, half a liter. Weird flex, but you know, whatever makes you happy at the end of the day. How do these guys live? To each their own, alright? Yeah, that's definitely a to each their own moment in time. sense. Too bad it was too much tea and too much fried bread that I didn't feel hungry and couldn't eat my lunch. Awkward. There's a rotting box of rice and tuna. Rip. Wasted food. Oh yeah, have you been banned from Homie Walid yet? I saw that he was threatening to ban you if you kept going with your thing. You have the ability to get under people's skin very easily, VVB. Edging the ban. No. Oh. Alright, we're gonna level up here in this next monster park. Nice, nice. Awkward moment is that I don't have anything for this map now. Wonder if Homie is gonna end up banning you. How many people have you got banned in their chats for? I'm curious about this. Because I know a few people, you know, I remember the whole situation in Frontier a while back. Well, it's been a while now. Since that whole situation with God, as you like to call him. Only got banned once before. Ooh, I'm curious about the story. Hello, Sai. How you doing? It's going pretty well. Doing my monster perks on my Corsair, getting some levels. About to level to 233. As seen on screen, just happened. Big level up. Oh, this is the Transcendent Growth Potion. I need to give that to the other character. Not actually this character. Man got a level today. Nice. Congrats, congrats. Big level up. Slowly approaching the goal you want to get to. I'm worried to ask. Did you go check how many days it's going to take for the next level up? Oh, I need to stop sitting on my foot like this. There we go. It's a much better sitting position. That was a terrible use of that skill. Holy moly. Won't update until tomorrow for that? Hmm. Well, doesn't it show you the... whatchamacallit? Like the ETA of the next level also, though? Even though you've just leveled up on the site, the Maple Rank site? Because, like, it'll be off by a bit, right? Because it's missing whatever XP you got from today. So I don't know how much XP you actually got today if it was, like, a massive amount to level up. And that's why it's, like, probably pretty off. So if I go look on Maple Ranks here, why do I have a notification on Twitch? 3 days ago, 2 minutes ago. Oh, okay. So another Twitch thingy. Okay. Maple Ranks. Right, because if I look at Maple Ranks for myself, right, it says 82 days pretty much to level 283. 38 days for 282. 15 trill XP today. Okay. I got banned for calling a wheelchair a bicycle because I didn't know the word. Ah, the lack of English and somebody takes... Yeah, that's a bad one to mess up for a lot of people because they're gonna take that as a big insult. Though I feel like if... It depends how new to the chat you were. If you're brand new, I could see people getting pissed at you, but... If you did that on my chat, I'd just be like, so you don't know the word in English, gotcha. I don't instantly assume somebody's trying to make fun of a disabled person or trying to be mean in a comment. I'm just like, yeah, let's dig a bit deeper here before we bring out the pitchforks. Also, hello, Sal. Can you do a wheelie on... That's, Some people would take that as an insensitive comment. Yes, yes. To be honest, I've seen people do tricks on their, like, I almost said bicycle, but wheelchairs and stuff. Like, there's that one guy who does it for Nitro Circus. That's just, he's in a wheelchair and he just goes off the big ramps and does all these crazy stunts on his wheelchair, and it's like, people do some seriously impressive stuff. 292 to 293 is 356.1 trillion XP. That's a lot of XP. Alright, considering you did what? 15 trillion XP today, so you would need to do 356 divided by 15. 24 days-ish. That's honestly not that bad, but I don't know how realistic 15 trillion XP per day is. But it's like a month at that speed to level up. Somehow I don't think that's an achievable rate, though. Might be completely wrong. There's also the guy who drifts with hand controls. I worked at a care facility. Whenever we tossed out a wheelchair, we'd try to take it out back and do wheelies. See? I don't know. I've seen people do wheelies in wheelchairs, and I don't find, like, you know, I've seen it happen often enough that it's, I feel like I'd ask somebody that, depending on who the person was. I'm like, can you do a wheelie in that thing? I don't think it's that unthinkable. Really depends on a lot of the context of when you're asking this person this, but still. People try to do it all the time. It's just like this weird urge humans have of like, they see a wheelchair and they're like, I want to try and do a wheelie in it. Call center. Un centre d'appel. Should directly translate to call center. Why are you even asking that? VVB. Alright, as the final run of Monster Park on this character for the day. We got a level and almost a half, I want to say. I don't think we're going to be at perfectly 50% here. Well, actually, it's not a full level and a half, but we have gotten the level up and now we're halfway through the next level, I guess is the better way of saying that sentence. Da, 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 da. Oops. Wait, can I not use this in the air? No, I can't call it in the air. Interesting. What if I do that? That one can be used in the air. Interesting. It's not common to get that XP. Yeah, I kind of assumed that based on the fact that I was like, well, if it was only 23 days to get a level up, I feel like people would be doing that pretty often. And like I said, that was the last Monster Park. I worked in a call center during high school as a P2 French, one tier below the highest tier. Tier is based on how good you are at the language. This one guy called in just to chat, so I spent like 4 days converting an innocent guy into Monster Hunter. Holy shit. He doesn't just convert people on the internet to Monster Hunter, he does it in real life too. VVB, the ultimate Monster Hunter simp. It's honestly impressive the lengths you go to convert people to Monster Hunter. It's a good thing you're not part of a cult or anything. You'd be a dangerous cultist. I still know the guy? That is wild. I mean, after chatting for 4 days, I assume you guys became friends of some sort. Can we level it up to unique? Answer is no, but we rolled it in Dex nevertheless, so nothing changed. Literally, those 4 cubes just did everything they needed to do. Amazing. Okay, that's done. You got addicted to fate. Interesting. Oh yeah, didn't daylight savings time happen? Daylight saving 2025. November 2nd. Okay, we're not quite there yet. It's gonna happen soon though. Let's go do Urs. I haven't done Ursus yet. Or I can't do Ursus yet because I haven't done the thing. Okay, well. Kronos / claim my octopus for the week. Oops. $22. Is this 20 that you need? Yep. Alright, so let's level that up. So Arcane River's done. Am I even doing any Arcane Rivers right now? I'm not. So this was kind of useless to level up, wasn't it, huh? Should've just waited for this. Oh, whatever. Not the end of the world. And we're gonna wait for 13. Oh, we can get it, actually. Crystal select dish. Boom. And a little bit of help with the bossing there. We have how many check-ins left of this? 15 points. So we have 15 points, so we're going to be at 16. So this cannot leveled up to 20. Free rate's useless. Do I just get normal monster damage? Or do I get all stat? How much all stat is this? I would be able to get... Probably be able to get 20%. Normal monster damage or get all stat? I feel like I'll just get all stat. Okay. That's done. Let's go activate one of these guys here. Soul Fragments, yes. Hello, Jess. Wow. Miss. Alright, there we go. Took some water. Fixed the problem. Hello, Justino. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? I'm happy to hear you're doing great. What have you been up? Okay, voice. There we go. I coughed out the freaking phlegm that was stuck in my throat. We've gotten rid of the issue. Okay, this skill needs to be changed. Solid hard staring yesterday and got that achievement. Congrats. Back to normal Saren routine. Did you get anything special from the Saren kill or just standard? Just for the meso? Unfortunate. So at least you made a bit of extra meso last week for it. Was it a tough kill, or did you just kill it pretty easily? Oh, I'm dumb. Took 28 minutes. Saren's just a 30-minute fight, right? She doesn't have an extended timer or anything. So, definitely not an easy kill by any means. 206 mil combat power. I'm not sure how strong people usually are for soloing that. Because, like, I haven't done Saren yet. It's something I want to get done eventually, but we keep doing other stuff. And we haven't been able to prog it since. Billy took a good break, he was on vacation. Now Challenger World's coming out. We had Black Mage to do last week. Or, well. We did Black Mage last week, I should say. Okay, so that's that done. If I do this here, it does bring me to the residential. Why is it only that one area that's so dick about that? Okay, so I need to open up the open up the guild. Ursus! Hello, Ursus. I'm here to delete you for another day. Party play. I'm ready. I'm not ready. I forgot to turn off the pet. Pet off. There we go. Now Ursus can actually kill me. Well, that's pretty impressive, though. Congrats on the kill. Congrats on the achievement. Unfortunately, you're not quite ready to just keep soloing it. I would not want to do 28-minute kills every week on a boss. No, unless I really needed to for whatever reason. How am I not dead yet? Ursus. You're being a right old jerk. You just want that achievement, that's all? Well, you got it now. Congrats. What's next on your list of, like, progression or thing you want to do? Holy shit, a wild kinesis in the... A 280 kinesis. Wow. Missing a pendant, so something timed out there, unfortunately. Does not have drop gear. Well, he has drop gear, but very low drop rate. Easy Kalos solo. How far off do you think of that? Big Peepee. What a name, actually. I just realized what his name was. Holy moly. Our freaking resource as a kinesis is just made to be memed on. It's supposed to be psychic energy. Yeah, I know, it's Big Peepee, guys. It's, yeah. I wonder if there's anything on the Maplestory Reddit right now. There's probably not going to be any big news or anything, because, like, MapleCon finished. There's nothing really going on until... Oh, I just realized my pop-out chat's not actually popped out. Can solo it next reset. Nice. Do you do normal Kalos normally in a group? Or what level of Kalos you usually do? Normal Kalos weekly in a group. I see. So you're doing a little downgrade just to be able to go solo it and get the achievement. Any reason you want the achievement, or just you want to get the achievements and that's why you're doing it? Alright, now that we're done Ursus, we can go do the other characters' stuff. I don't actually know what the daily gift is today. You just want all the grandest boss achievements? I see. You've got a goal and you're like, I'm gonna get these. And there's no particular reason. I just want to do it. Not gonna solo Kalos anytime soon, to be honest. I need the whole piece for Eternals. Yeah. We'll have to see what happens. When we get to... 1 second here, I just gotta swap this stuff around. Okay, that's everything swapped. Oh, I'm in still a party with Catterley.
Still blind to the difference. I suppose I should.
We'll have to see what the update, if anything, becoms like.
Life,
I don't know what's gonna happen after the update. Oh shit, a Dominator. Nice. In terms of how much more power we're gonna have after the Star Force update and stuff like that, I don't think we're gonna get anything very much initially. It's gonna be a progress over time type of thing. Oh yeah, this weekend's the 5, 10, 15. So on the first, I gotta do a bunch of bossing, or at least try to do some bossing and see what happens. I am amazed that I did not get breath there. How far are you on your Eternals, Justino? Have you gotten your, like, good amount of pieces to 22? You got some 21s, or very early in the Eternal grind still? Reinforced belt. If Pink Bean Belt didn't exist, these would be more useful to me. Got a decent meso for 5, 10, 15? I'm not sure how much entirely, honestly, but I want to say at least 50 mil, or 50 mil. Yeah, guys, I have 50 million mesos ready for this 5, 10, 15. 50 bill or 60 bill, I want to say around, I think. Might be a bit higher than that. I'll have to see when I get everything put together. But I think I got a decent amount. Oh, these Absolab things. You've got 1 out of 8 Eternals done. Okay, so quite a bit to go. Not a bad start. Well, yeah, I guess that's one way of looking at it. Depending how long you've been at it, might actually be like insane progress. Because I don't, like I said, I don't really know when you started doing, like, the Eternal Grind. Want to know my savings? Let me take a wild guess. 600 bill. 600 bill. That's how much you have saved up. Probably going to be higher than that, but I don't know. 600 bill sounds like a good chunk. But you 290 plus people have some absurd meso make. I don't keep track. If it goes, it goes. I see. Does this pity system that we're getting actually exist in Korea, or is this a GMS exclusive thing for the pity system we're getting for Heroic? It's a GMS exclusive thing, right? $583.3 bill. Just a bit. But aren't you saving a bunch of that for the cube sale? Or do you need a bunch of it for tapping also? Because I know a lot of people have some pretty high meso right now, but a lot of them are just going for cube sales more than tapping. For a lot of you 291 guys. GMX exclusive, yeah. Okay, so we don't know how the pity system works exactly though, of like what it's dropping. That's gonna be a surprise in the patch notes when we read that. Because, like, they already have it where you get, like, half of the item, right? In Kalos and stuff, if you do, like, easy Kalos, you get half of the Eternal, like, drop instead of the full, like, one thing. Or, like, they have a similar-ish system to that. So I'm curious if, like, I'm doing easy Lotus. Or, not easy Lotus, but easy Lucid. Am I working towards the pity, or is it only, like, normal, or do I have to do hard? Have 3 items to tap on the main. How much do you realistically think that's going to cost in mesos for you? For those 3 items to tap? You have to fill up the gauge. Yeah, but I'm just curious, like, how many kills, you know, like, if I was, you know, if I'm only doing normal on a character or something. For, like, let's see, let's look at these bosses, right? Like, let's say I'm just doing normal Gloom. How many kills does it take? Gauge equals pitch pity system. Yeah, they're probably just going to copy that. Of the current, like, pity systems we have, well, yeah, of the pity systems we have right now, how long does it take if you're doing, like, the difficulties in comparison for, like, an Eternal piece? If you're doing easy, normal, and then, what is the other one? Is it hard or extreme Kalos? I don't actually know. Oh, it's easy, normal, chaos, and extreme. Okay, my bad. I don't think easy drops it at all, right? It's only normal and above. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't actually know the drops for Kalos at all. I don't kill that boss yet. We were working on progging it, and then, like I said, things happened. Up to the patch notes. Yeah, I guess even if we look at the current systems, that doesn't mean much about, like, how they would make this system. It could be completely different. Easy 20 weeks, normal 10, and chaos 5. Okay. If we use that as a baseline, though, like, yeah, you're not getting pitch drops that quickly from normal and easy, But if we use that for like the hardest difficulty of the thing, you know, like you do hard lotus for 5 weeks, you get a pitched drop. Like, sure, it takes time, but that's a lot better than never seeing it. Hello, random viewbot. Goodbye, random viewbot. We took him out back. Alright, and with that, let's just do a final cleanup sweep here and just make sure there's nothing missing. Oh, the Ironside guy leveled up. Nice. Means I can level up my Ironside. Alright, let's see. To the familiar system, setup. Fusion. Where's my Ironsider? Oh, we're missing exactly one card. Oh, we already had it in there. What the heck? I shouldn't tap my Sorcerer Eye Patch. Is there a reason not to? Like, is it because you're currently using them for whatever reason? Or, like... Because if it does explode, you're going to have the system to, like, regen it. Right? We would, like, that's how it's going to work, as far as I'm aware. Let's get another purple one. Get some more Iron Shot Desperados in here, and let's equip one of these blue ones and save. Welcome to the stream, Rob Noms. How you doing on this day? What have you been up to? I am currently doing some dailies on my alts. Oh, I say alts, Legion champs and the likes. Should be whapping. But I HUP oh. But that's gonna put a hold on that potentially. Okay, this is good, this is good. I can't think of anything else I need to do on this character. I have the auto harvest stuff that I didn't claim yet. Yeah, that's all good. When is Justin gonna tap his source to 22? It's always great when you ask that question to somebody. It's like, when is this guy gonna stop being afraid and he's gonna tap it? The peer pressure is real. Huh. I see 3 people. 3 people have finished their run. Unfortunate. I want to have at least 1,000 coins by this 5, 10, 15 so I can have 4 spares. Is that a bit overkill? Potentially. If he blows up that OSOS, I think his Limbo is cooked. Well, that's a good reason not to tap it right now. I would not be tapping something if it would actually stop me from doing a boss. That's gonna be, well, I guess no. What I'm saying wouldn't work either. Because I was gonna say, well, when the new system comes out, you can try doing that. And then I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's not... Okay. Random sneeze, go. But I was gonna say, like, with the new system, you could try doing dumb stuff with that, but I'm like, wait a minute, you're still gonna go down in stars. If you have a spare, I don't see why not. Yeah, but when you still lose stars, potentially, and that could still cook you. You know, let's say you're at 20, you blow it up in the new system. Like, yeah, you'll have a spare and you try again, or you you make that trace into a real item again. But wouldn't that still be, like, potentially locks you out because you'll only be at, like, 17 stars or something in, compared to if you were at 20? New system is going to promote tapping on event. I've never really tapped off event myself. Not for a lot of stuff, anyways. Because there's that new event that makes it so you can have lower boom chance right on one of the events that's going to be new or something, people were saying is the replacement to one of our events. Because like 5, 10, 15 is going to lose a lot of value. Or is that the one that's being changed? Because like Shining Star Force is different, or did they just add an event? God, I wish I had I read better into it. Because now I'm just like, I don't even know what is going to be changed. I don't pay attention either. I'll be real. In this game, I like pay enough attention to know big things are coming. But all the intricate details of what that means, I got no idea. Not until the patch notes hit us. And until the 11th, I just bleh. I haven't done Lith Harbor and this character. But on my Cadena, it's maxed out. I have a full boat, and I have everything done for Commercy. I just didn't bother with this character. Also, the fact that I can't level up the boat anymore pisses me off. I was gonna do it on this character to unlock all that stuff and do it, but the fact that I can't upgrade the boat anymore kind of pisses me off. Because this character, if we look at it, did the bare minimum. I got to Herb Town and then I haven't done anything. So I just run Dulces in the PQ. I was gonna upgrade this boat and just max it out because I was like, eh, we'll probably be using the Commercy iPad or Commercy monocle for a while. Especially since this character actually has a transposed one. The only character to have ever gotten a pat mark on my account. God knows how many kills I've done in total. But it's the only character out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that have been doing it for like a while. And then these two have been added to the rotation. But there's been quite a few pap kills, and that pap mark just may as well not exist. I hope somehow they fix it so I can level up the boat for Commercy again, but I feel like that's never going to happen. Because KMS doesn't have this, so it's not a KMS bug, it's a GMS bug. And I swear I don't even think they know it exists as a bug. Do either of you guys still do Commercy, or are you guys, well, I guess if you have pitched boss in that spot. I feel like Mercy is gonna die because of the pitch boss change. Right, because let's be real. Why would I do this if I can just go do Lotus and Damien for like X amount of weeks and just get the pitch boss item? Like you're gonna go Black Bean Mark into pitch boss and just you're done. You know, like you're just wee. If like hard Damien and Lotus is like 5 weeks to get the pitch boss thing, like I'd rather just do that for 5 weeks because by the time you finish Commercy stuff, like you're just gonna have the pitch boss. So I guess the Commercy stuff doesn't really matter too much. Though it is still an item that you can just keep grinding and get like high level of, potentially with the Star Force system. I'm very annoyed by these boxes, by the way. We're literally like 2 weeks away. And then all these boxes would have been useful. But right now, completely useless because I'm not leveling up an arcade weapon to 20. There's no reason. Not when I'm already killing the bosses and I'm going to be liberating, like, relatively soon. Unfortunately, there's nobody here. TPQ. That is a lot of groups right now for some lobby content. 300 mil, 37 mil, 51.29, 51. Practice to real. Have you guys done Baldrix? Have any of the people who are 290 plus in my chat done Baldrix? What hairstyle is this? Sucks that you can't just buy a bunch of the hairstyles. They're always locked. Lost Moon hair. Looks kind of cool. I like it. Holy, a lot of those groups filled up fast. Yo, am I missing something? Why is this... That group's a little powerful to be doing gloom in a group. I guess it's kind of... Well, no, we do it, but still. Kind of similar to what me and Billy do. Because this character's like 78 mil. Could easily solo gloom, but I do it with him. I love Commercy. Oh. And now we wait for a third. 27 mil, 256. Arcane Umber weapon, waiting to tap it up entirely for this weekend. Guess he must have got it this week. Oh. This guy. Well, at least he's coming in to join on an alt. Wait, how many commercials does he do per day? How do you forget you've done... I guess if you do it a reset and then don't think about it because you usually do it at this time. I've done that a few times. Though I don't actually end up joining into groups. Whoa. Got a really weak Mercedes here. Wonder what makes them decide to do Commercy. I guess it's 2 good upgrades to these slots, but it just takes a while. Somebody fed their pets, I must feed mine. I don't feel like this guy was coming back, because I feel like he'd be here by now. That area's got the slowest load screens known to man for a Maplestory. Feels unlikely that he's going to show up at this point. Hey, there's a human. Oh. uh... Pyrokinesis. Gameplay-wise, fun. Skill-wise, pretty easy to play. Damage-wise, all the way at the bottom. Do you think it will get stronger? I mean, the only way it can go is up from here. Do I think it's going to get buffed in KMS? I don't know. I haven't paid enough attention to, like, buffs and nerf cycles to see, like, is it likely to get buffed? Probably not. It's not a very popular class in KMS. So I don't really know. I would assume we're stuck in this for the foreseeable future, though, of being, like, pretty weak. But if you enjoy the class, like, outside of the super duper endgame Baldricks and, like, everything that's up in that tier of level, you're going to be able to do it. It's just going to be, like, you'll have to be maybe a bit stronger than other classes to do it solo and stuff like that. So if you enjoy the Kinesis, I would just play it. Thinking of Challenger World 2 Kinesis. Kinesis is just a weird class for a lot of stuff. There's a lot of, like, weird abilities that it has that it's like, why do you have this? Because you're not a Hurricane class, but you have a Hurricane skill. But you also have an auto attack that you use while having a Hurricane, so it's like, interesting. Thinking of Challenger World 2 for Kinesis? It's... Like I said, it's not going to be the strongest class by any means. But if you like the look and stuff, like, you'll be able to do a bunch of bosses. Like, I could solo all of this stuff at my combat power that I do weekly. Like, Dark Knight would take me a bit. But it's really not that bad. You have a nice iframe. Your damage, you're not really that bursty. Like, you have... Your Origin does a lot of damage. That's one nice thing. So you have a nice burst in Origin. And, like, you have decent burst when you pop everything. But there is some, like, annoyances to popping it. Because you need to... There's two ways of playing it. You can either instantly bind the boss. And then pop all your stuff. And then lose a bit out on the bind time. Because then you're going to Origin. Or you pop everything, hope the boss doesn't teleport, Origin, so that all your stuff is hitting. Because your Mind Over Matter, your Law of Gravity, and your Psychic Tornado hits while you're in your Origin. Because they're summons. So you pop these 3 cooldowns with your cooldown. You pop Origin. Everything's hitting while you're blasting with it. And then you come out and you would bind. Oh, and also you should be summoning Train. I forgot about this. Always forget about Train. And all those things are hitting. So, like, there's a few different ways of playing it and doing it, depending on the boss. But I haven't really had any issues with, like, actually progressing as a Kinesis. The 2-minute patch definitely nerfed us. So maybe the early game stuff would be a bit harder than what I would think of. Have I tried Kain? I didn't really enjoy Kain. But I didn't really give it a fair try because my Kain is level 200. Actually, it's 210. But as you can see, it's still equipped the basic gear. I got it to like level 140. And didn't really enjoy it that much. And then I used the potion from the last Challenger World to get it to 200. So I can't really say much about Kain, but I wasn't really a fan of it myself. I know there's one guy who comes in the chat who's a Kain main. And he wants to swap off it. But because he's just tired. Because it's a pretty active class, apparently. Has a lot of button pressing while you're bossing. So that is a thing to keep in mind. And I also think it's like not super hard to play, but it's definitely a little more thought process than a lot of other classes it felt like when I was trying to play it. But that might just because I didn't know what I was really doing and didn't read all the skills. So it might be a lot more simple to do than what I thought. I don't think it's a bad class though. I think it's like average of the middle of the pack average. Not terrible, not like amazing. Just existing. Which, for a lot of people, that is a fine place to be. Because you're more likely to get buffed than nerfed. When KMS inevitably does a balance patch. What's my top 5 favorite classes? Oh, that's pretty easy. So Cadena, Kinesis, I would say are pretty equal for me. Then it would be Angelic Buster. And then it would be my Kali. And then my Aaron. Aaron was not in that list until the 2-minute patch, though. But ever since the 2-minute patch, it's returned to its old, like, playstyle of how I played it before the demaster. So I now enjoy it again. So... It's a very simple class to play. You're holding down one button most of the time, and then your burst is pretty simple. There is some clunkiness to the class. You know, I can just go explain it and show off the stuff I'm talking about. Let me just swap to my Aaron real quick and show it off. But first, I gotta go to the bathroom. Okay. Can I TP, please? Thank you. Oh god, I went to the summon. That's not what I wanted to do. Anyways, I will be right back real quick. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then when I come back, I will explain stuff on the Aaron. Alright, I'm back. Let us explain the Aaron to you MJs. Alright, so this class is pretty simple to start it. Or at the end of the day, this class is pretty simplistic. Let me just pop. So you have 2 toggles that you pop. You don't really think about them, you just turn them on. It's damage. If we teleport to a map. So this is your main attacking skill that you're going to be using, is these summons that you pop out. You'll also notice we have this thing called a combo meter. You can kind of ignore this for all intents and purpose, because this thing is kind of meaningless. The only important breakpoints you need to know is before 500, you're doing reduced damage, which you just stack this up outside of a boss fight before you go into your first boss for the day. You get it to 500. Well, technically you want to get it to 1,000. So once you're at 500, you're doing maximum damage because some of your passives require this to be 500 to do stuff. Now let's get this to 1,000. Takes a bit to get to 1,000. Let me pop this. There we go, we're at 1,000. You see how the screen goes all flamey for a second? It shows like, hey, you got 1,000 of this. What that enables you to do is use your burst. So you need 1,000 combo points to be able to use your 1-minute cooldown, which is Adrenaline Rush is the base one. This one right here. So Adrenaline Rush is the base one. Just get this rune out of the way so we don't lose any drops, because I'm going to be here explaining stuff. And the reason why I say the combo meter doesn't really matter is that as long as you pop, like when you pop your adrenaline, as long as you are hitting somewhat to the boss and doing your like standard DPS, you don't mess up anything, you don't just die and don't hit at all, you instantly start back at 500 combo points. Let me just show it, right? So like it goes, we go infinite mode, we're hitting, a bunch of stuff got popped, we're still attacking, we're doing all this stuff. See how it auto-activated into like a super mode and unlocked a new button? That means you can do your full burst now. You can summon your tornado, and you got this attack that's like a hunter's prey charge. Every 2 minutes you get the super adrenaline mode. And like you saw, I'm back to 500 combo points. We have some time before the burst comes back up. Because we're not hitting bosses, we make less combo points than we were hitting a boss. Because we're farming. But you can pretty much always make it back to 1,000 combo points before your next burst. So every minute. So the combo meter doesn't really matter. Boom, we're back to 1,000. We can burst again with our half-minute burst. And with this one, you would be able to activate the tornado again, but it's not the super tornado, and you get Hunter's Prey. And then your my E button, which is the Hyper Finisher Last Stand, only activates in the Overload. One thing to note is when you have Origin on this class, you need to make 3 different sequences. So you have a sequence for the, I call it 3-minute, but it's 2-minute now. That's just the old sequence name. Which is your full burst with Adrenaline Rush activate in it. You have your 90 seconds with that Adrenaline Rush activate. And then you have your Origin one. Because if you activate Adrenaline and then activate Origin, instead of it being like 20 seconds of Adrenaline Overload, you get 5 seconds. So you need to make sure to press your Origin with a different sequence. Otherwise, you'll screw up like your activation and you'll have way less burst and it's really bad. That's one of the annoyances. Another annoying thing is, so you see how I have it right-clicked for command customization? Action customization is enabled on this. So when I activate my Adrenaline, to activate the Overload that you unlock in Force Job, the Overload right here, you need to add 10 attacks while Adrenaline Rush is activated for this mode to be enabled. If you don't do the action command, you would have to press the Adrenaline's key right here, like this one right here again, so you'd activate it with your like burst, do 10 attacks and then press the key again to activate the new mode. Which like works for most content. The only awkward thing right now is slime for it, because you use... If you pop your 1 minute, but you haven't activated overload, it's still enabled when you do your 1 minute, because it's the same cooldown, right? So it wouldn't let you, like, it would just auto-activate by itself if you have the automatic enabled. Only slime does this really come up in, because every other time you're just going to be doing your 2 minute, 1 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute, and, like, not really worried about anything. But that can be one of the annoying things. Oh, the other thing you need to do on, you need to have your auto attack binded for one skill only. So we have an up jump on this class. Let me find it here. Where is it? Is the final toss? Yeah, okay. So you see how this up jump attack is like terrible if I put it on a key? Like I'm barely making any reach. If we do it with the action command, which is up arrow key with attack, we get way better height. So that's like the only thing that's kind of weird about the class now. They pretty much removed all the other action key commands because they don't do any, like, you can still do them if you want to, but they don't do anything extra. They don't use those at all, like Kaiser. Yeah, it's weird because they remade Aaron to not have the command keys pretty much. Which I didn't mind. I enjoyed the command keys. Like, it was a demaster for me when they did this remaster. But like, this class is just weird that they kept this up jump being command keyed, and it's the only thing that you need to know that's a command key. And there's nobody, like, outside somebody telling you, why the hell would you try the command key for it to learn it? Because you're not going to just randomly do, like, command keys on this class for anything else. But yeah, that's pretty much Aaron in a nutshell. The burst is super simple because you just press your cooldown, press your origin. You get some attacks after the origin, or no, origin insta puts you in overload. You spam your buttons, and then you just auto attack pretty much. You just attack with this, and that's Aaron Burst. Class is super simple, incredibly strong though. It comes out of the gate swinging. Even though its combat power is not that high on this character, it does significantly more damage than a lot of the other classes. It just has good baseline damage. So that's one of the big advantages. And with the change coming to GMS with the resets of cooldowns, this class should be pretty good for a boss meal. Because you just walk in and like... Well, most classes are going to be good boss meals because you just walk in and origin everything. So I guess that's not really that important to say nowadays. But it's just got a strong baseline. I still feel sad that they nerfed Adrenaline to be from 100% of the time to 75% of the time. It's a lot better with the 2-minute change. Like, you can only realistically get so many combo points for the combo meter. And, like, with the minute cooldown, instead of a minute and a half, you don't have that much downtime. At least. But yes, it is annoying that, like... It took until the 2-minute patch to be equal damage to what I was doing before the demaster. which is wild. Oh, I didn't do Hotel Arts. Interesting. But yeah, I would recommend Aaron now in the current era of it. If you unlock the M1 through M4, you actually, like, it's pretty nice damage boost from the M1 to M4 for the masteries. So I can safely say that Aaron's in a decent spot again. At least in my opinion. If this was before the 2-minute patch, though, like I said, it was one of my... It literally went from being a character that I could have mained to I barely even want to play it, I hate it. Which was not fun. Oh. Average time for 293. How many days is it going to be, Sawi? How bad is the damage? Why am I sneezing so much? What is going on? Is it really that cold outside? Like, is this chill really getting to me that bad? About 4 months. Oof. Isn't that, like, do you plan on using the Odium monster perks on your main, or are you planning on using those on alts to level them up? And there's also going to be that new Epic Adventure. I guess they're what they're called. AKA High Mountain Angler Company, and the new one that's going to be coming out in the next patch. Are those going to improve the time by any amount? Or are you just raw grinding it? High Mountain is what people call it. Well, I don't know the name of the new one. That's why I guess people just call it the new High Mountain. I usually refer to the Angler Company and High Mountain. I just don't actually know, like I said, the new one. No idea what the name of it is. Isn't it going to be awkward when, like, we have the new High Mountain and the new High Mountain? It's like, we have 3 of them now. This new High Mountain thing is running into an issue of naming convention. Nightmare Paradise is what the new one's supposed to be called? Interesting. Curious what that story is about. Because, like, Angler Company, like, follow the story, at least. But that's the 280 one, right? So that would be Arteria. What the heck is going on in Arteria that we would have for, like, a story that would make sense with this? I guess some, like, alternate timeline type of stuff. What do I think of Kaisers? They have one of the best blinks in the game. They're pretty clunky to play. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Kaisers, but a lot of people swear by them and enjoy it. So I think it's like... I think they're also in like an alright spot. Yeah, I don't think they're like bad by any means. And maybe the clunkiness isn't as bad as I think it is. Not that clunky anymore? Okay. Yeah, Lucas knows better than me. My Kaiser, like, barely exists. The last thing I did on Kaiser was get it to 210 with, like, what are these called? The Strawberry Farm tickets. Okay, that's done. Complete all of this. We don't grab the XP because that goes to the main. Mine's 250 and deals with all the content I want fine. Yeah, so deal with hard lucid will just fine. Yeah, so if he's saying it's fine for that content and it's not clunky, I would believe him. So it's probably a decent like option. Hire Kaisers and parties. Oh. Yeah, party stuff I have no idea. Well, okay, I can tell you this actually. Cadena, Kinesis, and Aaron can suck in parties. They're selfish party members. We don't bring shit. Actually, Kali is also in that boat. Pretty much every class I play brings no party utility, I'm coming to realize, because Aaron, Kali, Kinesis, and Cadena don't do shit. And AB barely scrapes by because we give a little buff. Our Xenons? Xenon has been changed a lot. Because now I think it relies more on its summons to do damage. So if you don't like dealing with summon management, Xenon can be pretty rough now. Aaron has a party buff? I don't know if the Xenon stuff I'm talking about is in GMS yet, or if that's in the KMS patch that they got, which will be coming up in the upcoming months. But it's still pretty strong. It's just now you have to rely on the summons more. Yeah, it's a high investment class. Like, if you're trying to look for a boss mule, Xenon's not it. It is also a class that needs all stat, and like Lucas is saying, that's expensive because it's rarer to roll all stat than normal stat. Yeah. So like, unless you really want to commit to the Xenon, I would not recommend Xenon. Am I done all the stuff on this? I did Commercy, I did that. Yeah, I think we're done. Mechanic looks fun. Mechanic is one character that I'm considering as a potential character for my Legion champs. But yeah, the damage ain't quite great. I have not played this in a bit, as you can see. Where the heck is my other form? I have it on top. I have it on an F key, don't I? Yep. Yeah, I haven't played this class in a bit. There we go. There's tank form. Compared to other supports, I think it's one of the worst for dealing damage. Yeah, it's definitely not great. And also, the other thing is, if you don't like the form of your tank, you're going to be in this form always doing stuff. There's also this one that you use while mobbing most of the time, but a lot of people just stay in tank form. And holding homing missile. Yeah. This is a class I would recommend you literally buy a foot pedal for. And when you're bossing and mobbing, let me just show it off here. It doesn't matter what map I go to. But you see these missiles I'm shooting out? You need to be holding down this key 24/7 while mobbing and bossing. Maybe not so much mobbing nowadays. I don't know about the mobbing part. Probably not. But while bossing, this thing is held down the entire time during everything. Because no matter what state you're in, no matter what cooldown you're pressing, no matter what you're doing, this can be fired. You're in your giant mech mode blasting the world, you're holding down missiles. You're existing on the map, you are holding down missiles. So I would recommend you buy a foot pedal just to be able to hold down that key with the foot pedal at all times. It's a fun class, but it's definitely not like top tier damage by any means. And as a support, well, it's one of the weaker ones, sadly. I think its support side of things is good, but because it does so little damage compared to the other supports, it falls behind. Because you're being compared to Lyn, Bishop, which have been the king and queens of supports for a long time, Kana. Kana is the other, like, support queen that does absurd damage. I think the ordering right now is, like, Lyn at the top, by far. Kana and Bishop are probably equal. Maybe Bishop's a bit better. I don't know. Kana is ridiculous damage, though, so I don't know how that, like, ends up being. And then you have, like, things like Battle Mage and Mechanic, like, a couple tiers down in terms of support, I feel. I can't think of any other, like, pure support class. Well, not pure support. Oh, Shade's also in there as a supporty class. But I think they gutted a lot of the Shade support stuff. What combo class do you think would be the easiest to learn? Mozwan is probably the easiest combo class. What do you think, Lucas? What do you think would be the easiest combo class out of the combo classes? Because, like, we have the obvious harder ones with Cadena, Kali, and Blaster, where you're animation canceling and, like, having to do a lot of combos to do damage with and play. And even then, I would say Cadena and Blaster are the upper tier of that, and then Kali's, like, slightly below them. Just because you're only animation canceling for Kali. And even if you don't do that, it's, like, not the end of the world until you get, like, super late into Kali life cycles. And by that point, you've probably learned the class pretty decently. Bozuan's a combo class because you need to remember, like, sequence. You gotta mix and match your skills correctly to get the benefits out of them. I don't know about Zero, right? Because people say it's hard, but then other people swear that it's not that bad to do. Because Zero is really strong. Like, Zero is a really good class. I'm trying to think, what other classes do people consider as, like, the combo classes that you're actually, like, doing sequences of skills and, like, having to memorize, like, oh, I need to be holding this down or pressing this and cancel these things and do stuff with that. Because Zero is in that category of classes. Mercedes Arc. Yeah, I know nothing about Arc. I have a 210 Arc. This is a lie. This was boosted up through potions and stuff. I got it to 140, hated the class. Because I didn't like the difference in downtime when you're super strong mode to super weak mode. Mercedes, I have not, like, okay, I have a 260. This is a lie. I used the Night Troop event to get it to 260. This character was 200, got it through potions to 210. And then 260, or not even. Oh, no, yeah, 210. Kane, I heard his combo. I have, like I said, I didn't really play Kane. And I didn't really get it because I didn't read the skills and I just kind of pressed buttons. Mercedes apparently does really good damage, though. I definitely think if I have to say, like, easier classes to learn that's a combo class, I'd have to put Mozwan, Mercedes, Kane, Arc in the, like, easier to learn category. I guess Ho Young's also technically a combo class of sorts, because you're not just spamming the same button constantly. You have, like, not a sequence, but, like, you have to be pressing your different abilities and, like, comboing them together and doing correct ordering. The only ones I would say are hard is, like, Kali, Cadena, Blaster. The rest of them will be, like, they're combo classes or classes that have more than, like, you know, you're not a Bowmaster holding down your Hurricane key and pressing your sequence. They are more complex than that. But I don't think they're necessarily that insane to play.
Still blind to the difference between... I suppose I should thank you for barging in here. If you hadn't gone to the trouble of destroying my life's work, I would feel a slight pang of guilt at making you suffer.
So I would just... I don't know. Just pick one of them that you think looks cool and just try it out, right? Because, like, the other thing is about combo classes, or the classes that some people consider complicated. Some people just take, like, a fish to water through them and make it super easy, and they just play well on it. And they just learn the class. So, like, try out the classes, just see how it feels. You are getting the Hyperburn for the Challenger World, and then there's another Hyperburn upcoming with the check-in. So you have two 260 to try out. And if you don't really enjoy them, worst comes to worst, you just make them as boss meals and keep trying. Or if you really don't like them that much, just like, it's a 260 Link skill and Legion block. And you just keep it as that. That's the one thing about this game, is like, no matter what you're doing, no matter what happens, you're still working on your Legion of Link skills as long as you're leveling something or you try something out. I'm on the wrong hotkeys. Let me change my keybinds. Apply. And my nose is stuffy today. Did I sleep with the window open? That might be it. And it got pretty cold. And that's 300 mobs on this map. Okay. Let's go prep for a little farm session here. I don't think I'm gonna do too much grinding today, but we'll do a bit. Probably like an hour or so. Oops. Take these out of here. Yay. We need to buy 2 of these. 2 of these. After that, we're done with those. We go. Slap this over here. Slap this over here. We have 25 VIP boosters to get through. 4, 11, 6, 11, 5. These are vouchers, so I don't need to worry about those. So 11-6, I'm probably not going to use these XP things. Is Cadena a hard class? People would argue that between Cadena and Blaster, those are the two hardest classes to master and play. I think at a base level, if you're not trying to animation cancel the stuff, you're not trying to go super hard on the class, it's not too hard to figure out Cadena. Because at the end of the day, no matter how you do the rotation, you're kind of correct. But if you're trying to actually like progress, and like some bosses are definitely going to be harder on Cadena than other classes. You do insane damage, and you can do it at lower combat power than other classes. But because of all the forced movement on your skills, for a lot of them, it can cause issues of positioning and stuff like that. Like, you just need to be pretty on top of this class to really play it. It affects you a lot, yes. Because, let's say you're using a ring of restraint, right? You have that area that you need to be in. Well, if you mess up the animation cancel for Scimitar, you're out of the ring of restraint area. You don't do it correctly with a shotgun and like the brick and stuff, out of the area. You're trying to dodge strings on Vihilla. Well, you better be good on animation canceling or recognizing where you're going to land with all your animations, or else you're going to get stringed a lot. Is there a lot of skills to press while animation canceling? So, let me show you something. So you see in the top right here, if we're looking right here, you see how this pops up for a split second, right? Let me permanently make it there. So a way to do this, so you have this pursuit skill, and that buff is coming from you using your chain auto attack. If you push animation, or if you press thrash, and then while this buff is up, you use pursuit, it'll lock the skill in, right? So we got this buff. This buff applies to Summon Claw, Shotgun, Brick, Daggers, Bat, Decoy Bomb, Scimitar, and Shuriken. You want to combo your Thrash, so you see this little wind-up animation? You do that little wind-up animation, and you want to press all your skills while comboing that. So you need to thrash before every key press except for Claw. Claw is the only one you ignore it on, because trying to do the animation cancel in the air after doing other parts of the combo gets really wonky and it's not really worth it. So Claw is the only one you can press. You don't need to thrash before. And then the other hidden tech of thrash is you do the pursuit cancel with it to get the buff, and it also combos with Chain Arts Crush. But you can only do the buff Thrash if you lock it in place for Hexa Crush, or for the Crush. And then on top of that, to cancel Scimitar, right? Like, let's say we're trying to cancel Scimitar. To cancel this animation, you need to combo it, and then also, during the animation of it, to cancel it, you need to press your pursuit. So it's my Z, S, pursuit. You see how that worked there? It went on cooldown, it went off, you're doing the damage with it, but you didn't move. Technically, a perfect play in Cadena will never move with Scimitar. I am not a perfect player. I can barely do this correctly while just sitting here. I mess it up every now and then. Because I don't really tend to pursuit cancel my Scimitar, but that's like the thing. And then Like Brick. Brick you do not want to do Pursuit canceling for, because it cancels the animation of Brick entirely and loses the damage. So for animation canceling Brick, you want to do Dagger. Or Claw, I should say. So it's a lot of learning, right? Like, it comes down to a lot of muscle memory of, like, you don't really think of, like, Shuriken as an individual skill. You think of the skill sequence of how you're going to do your Shuriken. So it's like, okay, so if I'm doing a Shuriken combo, I do ZA, and then you always combo Shuriken with bats. So it'd be ZA, ZF for me, and that's like the skill sequence and the combo. And you don't think of that as like individual skills, you think of that's one skill. So it's ZA, ZF, and that's like one skill. Just explaining this shows how, like, yeah, Cadena is not that simple to get into. It's going to take a lot of muscle memory, but you're really rewarded for learning Cadena, because it is one of the highest damage classes in the game. And it is one of the stronger classes. So, if you want to learn it and practice it a lot and get good at it, you will be rewarded. And they rarely ever get nerfed, because, well, it's kind of hard to play Cadena in the first place. And I don't think they really get nerfed because of that. It's one of the few classes that they're like, yeah, this class is incredibly hard to play, and if you play it and play it well, you'll do well on it and get a lot of damage out. But good lord, if you're bad at this class... I guess I didn't say why you want to combo the Thrash. So, just at a baseline of comboing the Thrash with a skill, it gives 5% final damage. When you upgrade it with the Matrix, this one right here, M1, it increases it to 15%. So, super duper worth to get that and do that. Trying to think, am I forgetting anything here? There's also a lot of cool stuff you can do as a Cadena. If you're good at the class, whoops, you can like pretty much stay in the air permanently. I can't remember how to do it, but there's like a bunch of ways to just stay in the air permanently. The good Cadenas can do it like no problem. I haven't practiced the air stalling because I don't need it for 99% of the content I'm doing. So I haven't practiced. It could be useful on Black Mage maybe, but... But yeah, Cadena is definitely not an easy class. Unless you want to put a lot of time and effort into it, I would not recommend it to somebody. You have to learn this class and practice it to actually get good at it. And even just playing it, like, you can have a boss meal out of it and just not really learn the class, because you can do that with any class. But to truly, like, make it a main and, like, actually learn it, it's a lot of effort. I'm still pretty bad at it, and I still need to practice a lot to really master this class. But if you're looking for a challenge or something that's going to reward you for mastering it and getting good at it, this is definitely worth it in one of the better classes. The other thing is the Cadena Discord has a lot of like helpful resources and a lot of people willing to help you out with like a lot of stuff and teach you and tell you things. So, the community of Cadenas is pretty friendly, all things considered, which is very nice. I haven't really met a community that's not friendly in Maplestory for their class discords and stuff, but there's 52 classes, soon to be 53. I'm not in every single Discord. Oh, the other thing is farming is incredibly active farming until you get 3 orb, and even at 3 orbs, like, farming on this class is rough. It's a very active farming class, so if you care about farming and, like, being active, and you want a lazy farmer, this ain't the class for you. It's a lot of buttons, a lot of learning, active farming, and the payoff is you do insane damage. 0 party utility, by the way, literally 0. We do not count the dagger ID that every freaking class in the game has, I swear. This is like the non-party utility because they don't stack with each other, so if one person has it, that's the party synergy right there. If it at least stacked, people would probably be like, oh, it's got some party utility. Cadena works better as a boss mule? No. No, Cadena works better as a main. There is much better boss mule characters than this. Also, welcome to the stream, Smart. I would never recommend a boss mule Cadena to somebody. It's also a very high investment class. Like, I'm maxed, but you need the node stones on this class. It's also a last resort class, so you need to max this out so this sinks in the first place. But this is a high investment class. If you're looking for a bossing mule, it ain't Cadena, okay? Don't do Cadena, for the love of God. Yeah, something like Lyn, Bowmaster, anything else is a better low investment, like, easier to play, probably does better as a boss mule in every aspect than Cadena. This is like a main or sub-main or a class that you're going to make into a Legion champion and actually care for that you're going to play this. I can't think of, like, maybe Blaster would be a bad boss mule class too. Collie's a bad boss mule class because they're also high investment and, like, high skill requirements for a lot of stuff. Collie less so in the skill requirements because, like, you can literally do a boss mule like I do and not have to worry about anything for animation canceling. But, like, oof. You need a lot of nodes. The nice thing about Challenger World is that because you get so many nodes and resources from the Challenger World, it's very easy to get, like, a good bossing mule out of the gate because of that. Zero's pretty rough to learn too, like, all things considered, and it's also a high investment. Like, I don't think its combos are necessarily, like, that insane to remember and do. But doesn't it need a lot of funding? Because it's not good at low funding. And I feel like for some reason, like, I don't know what it is, but some Zeros literally do Z DPS. Because when we had all the Lost Ark streamers come over to Maplestory and start streaming the game, right? We had the one guy who was a Zero and permanently red dotting. And, like, everybody says Zero is strong, but I don't know how hard it actually is to play. Because while mobbing is quite the fun thing on Zero, actually. Wait, even with all the, like, stuff you get from Challenging World, it still needs more nodes? Really? That's crazy. Like, with all the rewards from Challenger World 2, it's still not enough nodes for the 0. Yeah, 0 is incredibly high funding and node requirements then, if that's true. Because, like, I can't think of any other class that wasn't, like, in a great state after the Challenger World nodes. Do, 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 do. At the end of the day, though, it's kind of hard for a lot of people to pick something for Challenger Worlds. Because there's so many factors to, like, debate and look at. Also depends how much you really want to go hard on the Challenger World, right? Like, if you just want a nice boss mule character, you know, well, that limits some characters' options. My main still requires a lot of nodes to max my non-class nodes. Yeah, I don't know what the class nodes are on 0. I don't even think I have mine at 5th job. Like, mine isn't even 5th job yet. It's just 210 with 4th job. Because I did it through Strawberry Parks, or Farms. So I have no idea what access it has in its neutral nodes and all that jazz. Which can get pretty expensive to do. But no, but I'm talking about 0. Yeah, no, I know you're a Dawn Warrior main. But I was talking for 0, like, what nodes it's missing, right? Because, like, if you play a Thief class, you have this extra task, an extra tax, essentially, of, like, you have Last Resort. You need to max this out so it's a 60-second cooldown so it syncs up with everything. Otherwise, your half-minute or minute burst gets screwed over by this. Because, like, important nodes to max for Cadena is obviously all your class nodes, your boost nodes, your 6 boost node class as a Cadena. You have the extra tax of Last Resort, and you have the extra tax of Grandest Goddess's Blessing. And then the usual culprit of Blink, Rope Lift, that are like good damage nodes to max out if you're actually planning on playing the class. Not necessary for a boss mule, but they're nice, you know? And then the rest of the stuff is kind of whatever, right? Like, you could ignore the rest of the stuff for the most part and be fine. You don't necessarily need it. I'm hopefully going to be able to get my Ren day 1 of Challenger World. Yeah, decent Holy Symbol is something I don't even consider of, like, you just kind of max that one because you need it for the drop in XP. It's just like a mandatory node. It's part of the, like, that may as well be baseline of your class. You're maxing that thing out. Unless you're a bishop, in which it's useless. Right, because I don't think Decent does anything for a bishop, right? Like, there's not some weird interaction where you need to max it out for some reason. Other than if you're going for... Is there even all stat on it? No, there's not. So this is literally useless for a bishop. Because you're just better, right? In every aspect. I guess that's true also for other classes with like decent sharp eyes, decent combat orders, and all that. If your class comes innately with that. Everything else, the only reason you're leveling up those skills is if you're a main and you're going for the all stat. And even then, a lot of people don't do that because it's a lot of nodes for not a lot of gain. I did it because I wanted to have a character that could be maxed on all its nodes. Well, max potential from its node, right? Because, like, as you can see, my decent sharp prize is only 23 and stuff. Yep. Well, it's only plus... It is +5 in the bottom half. And it gets its +6 at 26. So as long as you get the node to 21, that node is essentially maxed. Because there's no difference of being level 30. So get it to 21. If you put it in the upper half, it gets its +6. If it's in the bottom half, it's at +21. Or +5. You don't actually need level 30 for any of those nodes. For the decents and all the stat nodes. There's only a few of them that keep scaling up to 30, like Blink, Rope Lift, Decent Holy Symbol. If you're wondering why I also have Venom Burst up here, is because after the next patch in Maplestory Korea, they make Venom Burst actually good for thieves. And it does like a couple % of damage. So that's why I just pre-prepped it and put it on the top half. Even though that skill does like literally Z DPS right now, useless entirely. I'm trying to think, like, a lot of... Oh, warning boss, alright. A lot of classes... Oh, wait. We're not dying into the warning boss. This has happened many times. What I was going to say is that I am trying to think of a lot of classes, and, like, not that many classes with that high investment. There's a good chunk of them, because, again, we have 53 classes with a release delay. Okay? Some of them are going to need some investment. But there's a lot of classes that are not that high investment to make a decent boss meal out of. Or even like just a chill, like, oh, I'm trying out this class. Maybe I main it, maybe I don't, type of thing. And like, and you can just get going and like, you don't need to max out the nodes to really feel how it plays. I guess with Last Resort, you don't really need to max it out to feel how it plays, but it's very annoying for your 1 minute. Because you pretty much just don't put it in. Because it doesn't sync up until it's maxed out at level 30. You're thinking that you're going to burn Ilium as the second hyper burn? I heard that that class is very spammy. There's a guy who was around during the first Challenger World that did Ilium, and he showed me a clip of him playing the class in a boss, and like, that guy was spamming those keys on his keyboard. It was insane. So it's pretty active as a bosser from what I understood. I double tapped the down arrow key. Alright, and pop this. Oh, shit. I messed up. I had the wrong inner. Rip some meso. There's gotta be something I forget. Ilium was cool, but I just don't like blink classes. So I don't think my Ilium's ever going past 210. It's just gonna sit there. Unless some event or some reason I like bring it up for its Legion block at some point. But I'm pretty sure the Ilium Legion block is just int, so... The only blink class I actually play any amount of is Akana, and even then that's like very minor. And the only reason the Akana is 260 is to troll Billy. Because I got it before him, even though it was his original main. And he was like 255. Never hit 260 before me. Rip that bozo. Okay, before I forget, let's activate another one of these. Up to 4 of the 8 uses for today. You've got to be shitting me. Well, So, for people who level, if if a purple portal spawns and you just popped a VIP booster, do you prioritize the VIP booster? Or do you prioritize the purple portal? Because I'm not actually sure which one gives more XP at the end of the day. Because if you enter the portal and come back out, your VIP booster's gone. I have 90 seconds. It lasts for a minute. So I had like 35 seconds I gotta go in this portal. And lose 30 seconds on my VIP booster. Next respawn we enter in. Yeah, I don't know which one gives more overall XP, like... I feel like what I just did is the best you can really do. Like, try to min-max as much timer of the portal before it disappears, and then just, like, rip the rest of your VIP booster. I guess this is only a problem for 2 more weeks. This week and next week, and then that's never gonna happen again. Ever. Because they're changing portals to chests that just spawn on the map. So you'll just be killing the chest and not leaving your map so you won't lose the VIP boosters. So I guess this is only a problem for 2 more weeks and then never again. Makes it way easier to manage your Thread of Fate ass? Why is that? I've never actually done Threads of Fate. That is one thing I've done the quest line. I have it done on characters. But I've never actually set it up or done anything with it. Well, Smart Mouse said it's easier to manage Threads of Fate when portals go away. For your ass, and I'm curious about that. Because the rewards from ass for herbs or mineral pouches can be messed up if you enter a wolf portal. What the hell kind of, like, random shit is going on there? What causes that? Only herbs are bugged and you get mesos. Ah! Mineral doesn't have the same issue. What the fuck? That's so weird. Well, I guess that's another thing that'll be going away as a problem that I didn't even know was a problem, but welcome to Maplestory, where the game is perfectly fine and not buggy at all. No siree, no problems here. Spaghetti code, what can I say? I mean, this game is 20 years old. It's held on by hopes and dreams in that code, okay? Doing some for Meister on Ren next batch. I have 2k, around 2k of every mineral for equips. I think you'll be good to get that maxed out. I assume you're not making the Ren on Challenger World, or are you making it on Challenger World and then just transferring it over? Because I know a lot of, like... I know a lot of people that are, like, very endgame don't care about the Challenger World. WAPs and EAPs, I have around 428 hours. Doing Challenger World for your run? Okay. $428 hours. I think, yeah, you'll be fine. I don't think you need more of those. You want the goodies? Did you plan on going hard on the bossing over there, or just, like, playing the game? If you don't do Challenger World, you don't get the cash items. You are correct. Oh, the... You're gonna do everything? Okay. Till first leap. You'll have to see how much I've done by the first leap, whenever that is, because it's supposed to last 5 months, so I don't know when you're going to be able to leap off at the earliest. Hopefully they don't do anything weird with the events again, like last time where Night Troop just didn't work on the Challenger World. That was really random and, like, not cool. Pushing Meister Ring ASAP seems like a good idea. I mean, at the end of the day, the Meister and the Kana is just like, whichever one you get lucky on. Usually you get more, like you can make more Meisters than you're going to be able to make of Kanas. Just because, you know, Kana can be rough. Even with high drop rate, the Kana doesn't like to drop. This character, with max drop rate, still only has 3 of the damn things. Nowadays, they get a Kana treasure every week on your main. What the hell? What the hell? What? Well, I don't know how old your buck is, Lucas, so 15 might not be, that unreasonable, depending how long you've been at the Pinot grind. Alright, all you people with a billion spares. Why am I so unlucky? I have maxed out, well, I'm 1% off of max drop rate without any outside influence. 2021 created, but I left it on 200 till 2024. Okay, so you've been playing that buck for a bit then. Now is my stronger character. What made you decide to go and, like, pick back up the buck? Just, remake? A year's worth of countering? Yeah, this is, since Challenger World, that's all my Kanas. Since the first Challenger World, this character's existed, and this, I have 3 Kanas, and this 17 star. I've gotten 4 Kanas in total. You just like the look of it? Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of the classes I play is just because I like the look of it and the feel of them. If you've ever watched me play video games or do anything, I don't give a shit about power scaling. While you see me on a Cadena and you might think I care about Cadena being really powerful, I don't. This class could be literally trash tier and I'd probably still be playing it because I just enjoy it. And I like the theme of it and I've always enjoyed Cadena. How long has this guy been supposed to be fed and I just kind of forgot about him because I'm not thinking about this little bugger? Yeah, that's one of the things I like about my AB, right? Like, I play my AB because it's really chill and I love the music. Every time I get theme songs, I like characters that have theme songs. I have the Kinesis, I have the AB. I don't know whether classes change the music when they pop cooldowns, but I like those things. Is tonight BM reset or tomorrow? I don't know for that. I would assume it would be tomorrow's reset, but I have no idea how they do it for, like, these situations. Always the first, no matter what, even if it's an odd number month or something, or like odd day month. Yeah, we're not talking about we're talking about Black Mage in this case for BM, not Bowmaster. Yeah, me and Billy did that earlier this week. Oh shit, that reminds me. Did I do... I did do it. Okay, I did do my thing. Okay, so it's always set up to be the first, no matter what. Even in odd day months or like anything, they just have it set up to be the first no matter what. Well, we'll find out, Justin, you know? We've got half of the chat betting. You know what? Bet. No. What is it called? Is it slash poll? Is it really poll? Aha! There you go, team. We've got voting. Here is a poll. Bet those channel points that are completely useless and meaningless. I don't even know what I would do for like channel point redemption stuff for Maplestory. With Monster Hunter it was easy. Yeah, it's in an hour 30 minutes. In an hour 30 minutes. That's what I said in the poll. Wait, this is a fuck. What is the channel point? This isn't the right thing. Did they disable it on my channel for some reason? Give me a second, I gotta see. Did they disable this? Because I don't have the command right now. Because poll isn't the right thing. I want to do the channel point thing, where you guys can bet. Poll is a different command. Prediction. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's cancel and do this through Twitch, because doing it in my OBS is the smallest window known to man. Prediction. Start prediction. There we go. How did I close the previous poll? Can you tell I've never done a poll before in this? Is this slash end poll? Learning my commands, haven't done predictions in a while, kinda forgot about them. Aha! Sadly, I can't add any points to the prediction here. Because I'm not allowed to predict on my own channel because I have infinite points. Why they don't let you just bet points on your own channel, I'll never understand. Who cares if you give out infinite of these points that don't matter? And because I was distracted doing all this stuff. Is anybody going to vote yes with their channel points? Because if nobody votes for yes, nobody gets any points. You just get back your points, pretty much. Oh my god, why didn't it place? We're having a little bit of pilot input issues, you know? The pilot's having a little bit of a fundamental skill issue here. Can I get my summons back, please? Thanks. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe some people make some points. Maybe somebody bets for the yes option. I feel like it's probably a no. You know, if I had to guess, I would go with the no, but we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, if anybody in chat can think of stuff that they would like that isn't like sound redemptions or something like that, like, I don't know what it could be, honestly. Just ideas for channel points to be used for Maplestory or for the stream. I'm down and open for any ideas to make channel points be useful again. For Monster Hunter, it was super easy because it was just like, oh, just challenge me to do like something. You know, go fight this monster with this gear setup or something. Boss carries. I don't really have a lot of the carry. Like, I'm not really in a position to carry people for much, though. Like, the best I can carry is, like, CRA. Because the other stuff for, like, C10 and all that is kind of, like, spoken for. In the future. Yeah. That is an option. But I meant for something like now, because like boss carries are not really in. Some people do need CRA carries. Yeah. That's like the only thing I could realistically do that I don't really mind losing some mesos on and like doesn't really affect anything. I feel like the pity system, like carrying and C10 and stuff, is gonna be like, yeah, you're losing some meso, but like outside of that, you're not gonna be really losing much for the carry, which is nice. Well, if you're carrying in the pitch drops, usually you just get it as the carry unless you don't need it for whatever reason. Maybe Monster Park Extreme or something like that. I feel like Monster Park Extreme is so easy to just get a group for. Kronos is limited to do those. Right, because like as long as you go into channel 1, even if you're 260 brand new to the game, as long as somebody explains to you how to do Monster Break Extreme, like, I've never had issues just randomly joining groups. I don't know. Maplestory is like a weird game. I'm just lazy to do it. Haven't been grinding, just bossing, waiting for Ren. There's quite a few people waiting for the Ren release. Gonna skip Ren. There's also a lot of people in that boat too that are gonna skip it. Well, I assume you're gonna make one for the Legion and Link skill, and that's about it, kind of thing. Like, not actually, like, play it that much. Not even? Okay. What's her Legion block? So her Legion block is speed. Her Link skill is that DR thing, damage reduction, which also stops fatal blows. So like anything that does 100% would do 96%, I believe, when it's maxed out. And then you get the speed that breaks movement speed cap. Well, it gives you an additional 20 speed baseline, I think, at max at 250. What are you going to use the burn on instead then, Justino? What do you plan on using it for? How did I even check my movement speed? It must be in one of these menus, right? Speed, 160%. Can be increased to a max of 140% normally. Skills and equipment can boost this even further. Can be increased to 190% when mounted. Either on your Thunderbreaker, Arc, or Shadower. TB is Thunderbreaker, right? I'm not crazy about that. That is the correct... I can't think of any other class that's TB. I really like the theme of Thunderbreaker, but my hand was not happy with me when I was playing that class. That's the only class that my hand would actually get tired after trying to grind with it for a bit. Yeah, I haven't played it since they remade the, like... I didn't play the Dawn Warrior remake and all that stuff. It ain't that key intensive as they were before. Maybe I start playing it again. Maybe I try it out and just see how it feels. Just so many things I need. Maybe I use my second burn on the Thunderbreaker. Because that class was... I really like the whole, like, lightning, shark, and all that stuff like that. It was cool. I want to see how far I can push my run when she comes to Kronos. With that 500 bill. That's going to be fun. That's going to be one hell of a tap session when that comes over. Because the crazy thing is, depending like how the pity system goes, you might actually have pitch to be tapping on your Ren too. Like, we may actually be looking at pitched and like actually have pitched within reasonable time frames. Well, even without a spare, right? You're going to be tapping the first one you get. But that's probably, you probably hold that at 17, depending. The one thing I'm curious about is if the Genesis pass is going to exist. Because they've made no mention of that one. Arcane's not going to be a problem. Do we know if the boxes are still going to time out? Like, you know how boxes right now time out? Is that going to be changed with the remake of it that we can trade them now? They just last and you can actually stockpile them for characters? Or we have no idea about that, right? Like, there's been no mention for that? That's just something we gotta find out when it comes to us eventually. Because if they don't actually time out anymore, that's going to be very nice, because then you can actually just hold on to them for a character and be like, okay, I want to push this, but it's not ready yet. Though technically you can wear arcanes as soon as you get 200, so like you could be at 200 with just full arcanes now. That's a wild statement to say. Character hasn't done a single C10 walking into C10 with full arcanes. Could have an arcane before it has a CRA piece, for Pete's sakes. That's a very interesting change to the heroic servers to have that enabled. Because that's like the only tradable gear we have. It's the only gear that you're able to just actually going to be able to send over to a character that's not even like doing anything. Everything else has had to always been farmed by the character itself to get it. Which is wild. Alright. Almost ready for the next VIP booster. Gonna have 18 left. We're also gonna have to do some Hexa boosters. I don't know why I keep thinking I need to be done all of this by the 5th, though. The 5th is not the end. It's the 11th. So, like, I still have 2 weeks to use 18 boosters. Like, why am I panicked about these? Like, we're good. Feed the pet. Hey, he's level 6 right now. Holy shit. I haven't been paying attention to this little guy. Oops, that's the wrong tab. Okay. $250 mil combat power. 8 set on your inventory and 3 pieces of Eternal. Jesus. Just a few items up there. Yeah, that's quite the impressive 281. Please go to level 7. Rip. It's kind of the funny thing about this game, though, is that, like, while I'm level 281 and I'm up, like, I'm decently leveled, because I've just been going hard on the grinding, I've made a lot of levels, but my gear is severely lacking in terms of, like, what a lot of 280s are at. I'm not even liberated yet, you know? And then I'll see people at, like, 270 who are liberated. If I go for Adele, Adele seems pretty cool. Like, I always liked the concept of Adele. And, like, playing it was pretty decent. But then, I've just never actually put a pass or anything into one of them. It does look cool. Ugh, I just wish I could skip forward in time. I'm very tired of these octopus events, to say the least. And I would much prefer... Don't let you down. What the? What? Why'd you vote yes? Sal! Sal, I had no... No. Why'd you vote yes on this? Did you read what it is? The easy answer to this was no. It has nothing to do with me letting you down. This was literally... I have no idea what the answer is. This is on the game. In theory, it should be on the 1st of the month. But we're wondering if spaghetti codes are going to come into play here and be incorrect. How many points did you put on this? I'm worried. 21k. This guy. Alright, Sal. I wish you the best of luck. 3 points, though. I mean, they are useless points. We don't really get to do much for challenge modes and stuff because this game doesn't really enable that type of stuff. Because a challenge would be like... I know some people have done challenges, like I know Dookie did playing Alara and making it a boss, a Legion Mule or whatever. A Legion Champ. But those are super long-term goals and stuff. How many points do you even have, Sal? You're probably in like nearing like 600k, 700k or something like that. Maybe a million. I don't know at this point. You've been around for so long. And we haven't had anything to really redeem points on. $136k now was 150k. And you don't really make that many points, do you? Alright. nearing the end of this little WAP session of an hour. Two node stones right at the end, just back to back, right on top of each other. Oh, nice. I love how I still get excited for node stones, and I don't think I'm ever gonna stop being excited for those drops. I feel like the day I stop being excited for something in a game that's like useful is usually because I'm not happy about the game anymore and I'm not having fun. Because at the end of the day, you play video games for that dopamine, you know? You're playing it because you enjoy it or there's something that makes you happy when you do it. This octopus definitely ain't it, okay? This octopus makes me depressed. He is the opposite of happiness and joy. Sadness and despair is what his name is. What if it hits? Oh boy, when it hits. Not gonna lie, I'm very happy that I only have one more week after this one of doing these guys. Hit the octopus. Hey, another fragment. Up to 30. Actually, I think we might be able to level up soon on this go. Because we're both at 16 on the other two, or are we at 15, 16? We're looking at 65 nodes. Nope, these are both 16. Okay, so I have to either level up this, or I have to level up this. Let me go look at that real quick after we're done this 10 seconds here, and I loot up the map. Then we're going to level up some cards, because even though they're changing the system and buffing it in 2 weeks, I'm going to still have a ton of cards to use no matter what, so I'm not really worried about it. And it's not like the system's not going to be still grindy after the change. Alright, let's loot up the rest of the map. Loot up everything. Yeah, we don't let you live, because you're not allowed to live. You are free XP and free loot. Okay, now we do a little bottom sweep here, get all these bottom messos, and then we got those 3 platforms, and we're done here. You mobs that have no HP, you get to live. Despawned into the void. Oh. Okay. Step 1. Unsummon the familiars. Step 2. Do the fusion. Will you rank up in one attempt, or will you rank up in multiple attempts? Multiple attempts it is. Nom 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 nom. Okay. Round 3. I wish these animations could be sped up. There we go. That one's ranked up. Let's get the next one going. You a one and done? Nope. And boom. Nope. Round 3. What? Love when the server lags and it doesn't just give me the pop-up correctly. The reason why my sentence just ended abruptly there is because Raven Alpha is just chilling here. He's the person who helped us with Black Mage to getting to Phase 3 for a good while. AKA Justino. And he's just chilling here in this channel right now. You should have made a Dawn Warrior, Justino. Literally said in game, low-key picked the wrong main. Should have mained a Dawn Warrior. Really enjoy Dawn Warrior that much. Interesting. Okay, well, back to the familiar things. Let's level up this last guy to purple. $75, $25. Should be aged to upgrade. Easy level up. Alright, we got 3 familiars to go look at in the info. Let's see what we get. Oop. Terrible. That's a weird one, but terrible. Luck 5% and strength 3%. And... Huh. Already have a large drop fam, so this isn't useful. But this is another large drop familiar. I think this is the 4th large drop I've gone on this character. Yes, I get large drop a lot from my familiars. Yeah, I've gotten rid of all the other ones. Okay, well, we'll unlock you. And let's just set this up right now, because why not? And instead of it being 25, we only need... Oh wait, it's 150. What am I saying? 67? 67? I think. I might be off by a bit. Nope, I was 67, correct. Okay, and let's set up like 2 more of these. Info, lock, lock. There we go. And now they're set up to be leveled up for tomorrow. What else do I want to do here? Sign up. Nope, we're going to keep those purple cubes. We use... I don't know if this is a smart idea, because these purple cubes... I don't have the best rates for what I'm trying to do with them. I probably should be trying to use them to get legendaries, but I feel like getting legendaries just... I buy the cubes and do that on a character. Just been using these to try and reroll a crazy attack. On a secondary. Okay, that's there. What else am I trying to put into here? These cubes, because these cubes don't need to be on this character. The flames. Where did I get the random black flame from? I guess I got this as a drop from a boss or something. Send that over to the cup. Or not the cup, but the book. That's all good. I just did organize items by accident. That's not what I want to do, but whatever. Alright, let's gamba some cube here. Useless. 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 Oh. Well, it tried. I got one of the lines of attack power. Okay, well that was attempted and failed. Let's see. Is there anything else I need to do on this character? I need to turn in my dailies before I forget that, because this wouldn't be the first time I forget to do the dailies and forget to turn them in. It's happened in the past. Let's go look at something here for the Kitten. Connect Discord, FAQ. Hexamatrix order. We are at step 1616. Oh, I was supposed to level this up before. This was supposed to be at 6 already. There's this and then this. Okay, so we level this up. And then we're leveling this up next. And then this gets to 7. And then 17, 17. Then this goes up to 15. Wow, okay, so we're going to have quite the jump here. I'm going to have to make some boosters for this character. Am I even close to leveling up a symbol? Cernium's pretty close. Okay, well, we'll use those later, though. I don't feel like doing them right now. Alright. If that's done, that's good. Let's go use these things and get these things on the correct characters. Claim that. This has been checked in. This is all ready for the Ren release. This is as good as it can get. Oh, we can also do this. Nice, okay. May as well complete the Luxana things and get these for, yes, doom, doom. Auto Harvest, Luxana, Boss Tally. Yeah, okay. None of that stuff is stuff that I need to care about. Let's grab this singular black flame. You never know. It only takes one flame, really, for it to go well. So close yet so far, because I thought it would have been 65, 60. Oh, wait, we're at 70 and 6. Huh. I forgot that I got this flame. When did I get this? I don't remember getting this flame at all. Oh, whatever. This is like my standard thing to chuck black flames out right now. So I guess I could be chucking some of these at my... Yeah, I think I'm going to be chucking some flames at this thing. Well, I guess the source is only 160. What is a good flame on a source? Like, what's a settle flame that, like, you know, you don't have that much stuff? I don't actually know. Because it is boss advantage, but it's also level 160. I guess I could just look at this right now. Enhance, chuck in, and just see what it has as a flame right now. It is tier 6, tier 5, tier 6. The two 6s are pretty nice. Unfortunately, this is a tier 6. But it could definitely be better. Because it's got such low actual stat, but it's going to take something. It's going to have to be a good flame, you know? You gotta really hit that flame for that to actually improve. Recruiting for a normal will. Anyone interested? I don't think I really have any characters that would do well in a normal will. What does a normal will even need as a combat power? I don't think I've never actually done normal will. The more I think about it, I'm like, I always just skip to hard in my current way of playing. Like 15 mil combat power? Yeah, unfortunately I don't have anything for that then. This character's 10 mil. This character's sub 10 mil, sub 10 mil, sub 10 mil. And then this character just does hard. Because it's up to like 25 mil. And I do it with Billy. I just need to spend too much on these three characters still before I focus on other mules. My collie is only like 9.6. Why did I log onto this kid? Oh, nope. More than enough? Okay. Let me just set up for it then. May as well come do a normal will, why not? It's not something I normally do on this character, but can be fun. This, and I don't think I need to worry about the link skills. Yeah, link skills never get changed on this character. Oh, one thing I can do actually. Boost myself up here. You can send me the invite now. Okay, that's good, that's good. We do have this that's gonna happen though. Be there in a second. I just got the fairy heart for this character. That is 12% luck. Do I think I can get better luck than 12% with this amount of cubes? I don't feel like that's a yes. At best, I just roll into 9%. Alright, well, we brought some cubes over for this, and yeah. There's my new heart. We are now 9.7. Oh, this is an actual real Dominator. Interesting. Alright. Oh, we are in channel 24 already. Okay, well, let's put this stuff back into storage because we don't need it on this character. Pop that, pop this, pop that. We have the 2 potions, we have this. Oops, that's not what I want to open. We want to buy serums. Just the 1. Just the 1. And I want to go to my home real quick, because I may as well. Do we want to duel it? We can try. If you want to duel it, we can just duel it. Or if you want to recruit another person, I'm down for any option. If we want to do it, I can just grab my home buff and come. Bet? Alright. Grab the home buff. On my way to the boss. Gotta change channel back though, because as far as I'm aware, this game loves to change your channel when you go into the home. Yep. And, oh, I don't have Will in this list. Whatever, easy Will. Go, teleport. Buffing up. I am ready whenever. Oh, I don't have healing familiars for this character. Well, that's gonna be a little awkward for the next phase, but that's fine. We'll make it work. Just evade and do Moonlight, not that big of a deal. Yeah. Honestly, it'll be fine. I was not expecting normal Will to flop over this easily. Like, yes, we used Origin and just insta-killed, like, the thing and, like, nothing flat, but I have not done this. Hard Lucid Will, and do fine. Yeah, it's mostly Vihila that, like, the healing familiars really matter. How the hell are my chakras? There we go. Oh my lord. That tornado. I looked over at chat, and it was a mistake. That's a dick move, Will. No, my beautiful flower, it's stuck on the other side. Well, it doesn't actually matter. He was dead on the other side. One of us does a little bit more damage than the other. Some could say. All I wanted to do was dodge a little beam. And I dodged into a tornado like a bozo. 10k damage or my full HP bar. Which one's the better one to pick, guys? Alright, and we're already on the right side for safety. And that is phase 1 done. Oh. Wow, you are all the way in the corner, huh? Hiding away in the corner, aren't you, Will? Trying to be sneaky-like. Alright, let us do this phase. Okay, okay. Oh, oh. Reverse controls. Alright, so, Justino doing the giga damage. Me, along for ride. And as you can see, why are my 1 minutes not syncing up with my flower? Because I'm a last resort, and it's not maxed on this character. Oh my lord. Oh my god. When you try to dash in a direction but get reverse control, then you're not really thinking about it, and then you just dash in place twice. Yeah, we need to chill for a second, get some moonlight back. Okay, now we have HP. Oh my god, please. Reverse controls. Oh my god, what am I doing? We pressed it, we just didn't heal fast enough because I'm dumb. Do, 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 do. It's our chance, attack them! Wow, this is actually timing out pretty well. We're gonna have everything up. Just going into this last phase all nice. Oh, yeah. Okay, 2 minutes coming up. Wait, how am I alive? Ah, I didn't press that fast enough. I'm still locked. Or I'm locked. God dang it. Try my best. There we go. Turning off my pet. Well, I can safely assume... You don't have any drop? Okay. Okay. Let's pop this open. I mean, you did most of the heavy lifting, just so you know. I didn't do shit. Like, you did all the damage. I was just along as a body to help out a bit. clear some webs and use my origin and do a bit of damage. Thank you for the run, Justino. Oh, it's quick and easy. Bit of extra meso for this character this week made. To help out with the whole, I almost said Shining Star Force, but the Star Force event this weekend. Okay, now let's go switch character. Let's see. There's something I wanted to do on IB. I had a plan. What was it that I was going to do with this character? Because it's getting into 2 potions, so I want to get it to 268. But I can't remember what I was doing to get it to 268 now. Pretty sure it had something to do with Monster Park Extreme. I think it was these Advanced XP coupons, a Monster Park Extreme, and something of that nature. But I'm not sure at this point. If I do the Monster Park Extreme, that's like most of this level. If I do the 1,000 coupons, that's a good part too. Technically, it's 2,000. Oh yeah, because I have 2,000 tickets. That's what it was. I think it was 1 Monster Park Extreme and 2 2,000 XP coupons would get me it. Then this potion with combination of this potion would get me it. Wait, what happened to the prediction? Why can't I see it here? It's still in chat, so it's still going, but... Ah, I see. Okay, I can choose the outcome and all that. Just have to type prediction again. Alright, so we gotta wait for 27 minutes for that one. We'll see what happens. Hello, Starry. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Well, I guess I could do some golden strawberry farms and extreme growth potion usage. It's good, Decidius. Oh, that's 9% dex. Lucas with the sub! Thank you so much! Thank you, thank you. Again, we don't really have a name for the people who sub to me yet, but we'll get there eventually. Somebody will figure out a name that fits and we'll eventually adopt it, but until then, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the sub. You're okay, Star? Hyperburning Max coming up soon? Yeah. What do you plan on doing with your second Hyperburn Max? Because apparently we're getting another one after 30 check-ins. 30 weekly check-ins, so however many weeks that actually takes. 15 weeks? Is it 15 weeks? No, not 15. What am I saying? That's times 3. It's not times 2. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with the second one. Obviously, the first one's going to Ren, like a lot of people are. But I want a cube on this character. Okay, well this, just for the hell of it, didn't work. Alright, let's recube this to something useful then. Well, whatever. We'll take the 9% dex, and we're gonna chuck in. This is 9%. This is 6%. You know what? We'll try this. Will you go up, condensed power crystal? Or roll something insane, also possible? I mean, that could have been a 12% dex, and then you're, like, essentially unique at that point. Nothing! Well, I'm gonna reroll this for 6%. Aside for leveling your main, you need to level up your Legion. Yeah, depending where the Legion's at, there's a lot of different things that could be useful. Let's pop the nodes. You had help yesterday with Hard Lucid as a duo from another streamer and got an arcane weapon? Nice! Big upgrades. Be able to 17 star that up this weekend real easy. And then just sit on it till you get to the Genesis weapon. Man, I forgot the state that this character was in. I have an Arcane Umber pistol. What does that even look like? Honestly, the Arcane Umber pistol kind of looks pretty good. Maybe I don't use a weapon skin for this character. Because this little dinky wooden pistol thing doesn't look that great. I'm just going to use the Arcane pistol. Better beef it first before equipping it in the Arcane Glove. I would wait till this weekend to get it to... Well, you can get it up to 15 with no real, like, problem. But the 16 and 17... You'll be able to get that on the weekend pretty easily. For both your Arcane Glove and your weapon. This is a fake Arcane Umbra from an event way back in the day. What are my flames on this gear, actually? So this is 32 and 6, 20 and 4, 4 and 5. Wow, these are... You could either wait till this weekend for the Sunny Sunday and just level it up to 17 in one go, or get to 15 and wait for the Sunny Sunday to get it to 17. But do not 17 it until this weekend, because it'll be extremely cheap compared to trying to do it normally. Because the 16 star is guaranteed on the 5, 10, 15, and then all you have to do is literally hit 17, so it's like really easy to do. And then you just sit on that weapon, you'll flame it up a bit, get a decent potential on it, and then just wait to liberate on that character. No reason to push it higher than that. What was I trying to do here? I was looking at flames, wasn't I? Yeah. What the hell is this crap Mechanator Flame? Alright, well we found out what we're flaming here. Mechanator Flame is terrible. It's 24 dex. Wow. And now it's just going to piss me off by not giving me something. Well, there we go. Now it's 40. 44, I should say. Did I look at the wrong thing before flaming this? Did I just do that? No, it was... No, I did not misread it. It was 24, okay. Ooh. Thought I messed up there. Sometimes you have moments where you're like, wait, did I just do that? And then you go back in the stream and you're like, nope, I'm not done. My bossing partner doesn't know I got an arcane weapon yet. He'll be in for a shock. That'll be a nice little surprise. Because the upgrade from Abso or God, if you're in a Fafnir weapon, the CRA weapon, and you go down Arcane is pretty massive. Considering mine's 216 just baseline attack power for an Arcane Umbra. It's a little bit of an upgrade. Let's see. Okay, we did that, we did that. We got some minutes. Unless we can go do some of those tickets like I was saying. Wild Hunter we need to touch. Which one would be better? Night Lord or Blade Master? Let's go Blade Master and just do something on it. Gotta set up a few things here. Ooh, we're all the way back over here. So the last thing I did on this character was do Haven and then get it leveled up. What's his combat power here? Okay, the key binds are all sorts of messed up for this character. I'll have to consider taking my VIP to gold, but I only spend real life money twice a month. Yeah, I'm definitely not a spender in this game. I buy some stuff every now and then, but for the most part, I don't spend much. Okay, this is... oof. Okay, that goes there. Am I missing skills for some reason on this character? Nope. We have the hypers, but we don't have the hyper passives. We're 167. Okay, so even if I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this class, I should be fine to just kill these strawberry farms to 210. Okay, we got that. We did not do link skills. Oh god, link skills for sure aren't done on this character. Yeah. Okay, bravado. Cygnus, elementalism, elven. Not focus spirit. Not this, not that. Judgment should be fine. Keen edge. Nature's friend. What's my crit rate? Phantom instant. We're over 100. We don't need that then. I think we can get it through one of the other things that gives a bit of crit. Rune doesn't really matter, but we'll just put it in there. Wild Rage. Why am I missing so many? What did I not put? I didn't put combo kill. Let's get that. Why do I feel like I'm missing one of these crit things that I usually get? This, and then I guess we just have to get the crit because we're missing quite a bit of crit damage. Or bit of crit we're missing. So I guess we use the Phantom Instinct. Puts us a bit over the crit, but that's fine. Hyper stats literally aren't even done, so let's get that maxed to 10. Normal damage. That. Get luck points. And then rest into attack power. There you go, that boosts us up there. Alright, after a little bit of setup. I have overpower buffs level 1. Man, that is a throwback. Uh, 4 for my buffs. Oh, why'd I do that? That was dumb. Oh, whatever. 4. I don't even know what attack I'm doing right now. We're spinning though. Sun Raid. This is my bossing thing. I don't know what I just did. Randomly have a Hillisol on this character. What the heck did I just do with F? Oh, this is my bind. I guess? I have no idea. No. It's just a weird stun attack. Wow. Have to earn some gold besides weekly bossing. Yeah, this character has a sick damage skin. Too bad it's not a unit. Yeah, you have to. Have you been doing Ursus? I mean, Ursus is a alright amount of mesos for like the time invested. And then just actually grinding, well, that's, you know, Wapping is a good way to earn some mesos. What is a... Oh, it's a weird dash attack. I don't know what I pressed to open the soul weapon, but I definitely don't need that open. What soul did I even put on this character? On an Utgard of all things. Magic attack 4. Oh my god. This gear is soul that has minus stats. Unfortunately, -2 attack power on my secondary is pretty bad, all things considered. Anything else? Some Relic of a Past from here? What else do we have on this character that's just like weird? We have the Alien Grey Transformation things. We have the Overpowers. We have some quest items from way back in the day. We have Dimension Glove stuff. We have Reboot coins, we have Crusader coins, New Year's Kite coin. Bunch of chairs. Nothing else really special. Pocket item I can't even equip because I haven't unlocked the pocket item. Whee! Why do we have so many weird, like, charge skills? Dun, 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 dun. Haven't heard this song in like a week. Not enough peeps queue for Ursus? Oh, so the thing is about Ursus is you can do it solo, Starry. How much combat power do you have? Well, even if you don't have the combat power. Just set yourself up in your bossing stuff with your Legion and Lynx and your bossing gear and go into Ursus solo. So you make your own party and instead of using the top option, use the second option. And as long as you deal 10% of the boss's HP, so 10% of the boss, you will get S rank and you can solo it. Oh. I was like, why is this not ending? I don't know if at 28 million is going to work very well. But what you can try doing is just going in solo. It might end up being a fail. Like, you might not be able to do 10%, but you can solo it and get mesos. And after you do the 10%, so you just have to get it to 90%, you can just die, and then it's perfectly fine. If you're doing the 10% pretty easily, and you don't need to worry about healing, you can also go into your pet here in equipment and just turn off this to 0, so that the pet stops healing you. And then you just, like, can just die off the patterns pretty easily. Alright, let's use another ticket. But yeah, worst comes to worst, you just solo it. Are you trying, also, when you're trying to go do it, are you doing it during the double meso time? Or are you doing it off meso time? For reference, that happens right now for my time zone of 4 to 6 p.m. EDT. And then 9 to 11 p.m. EDT, I think, is the other one. Yeah, if you do it during double time, I'm surprised that you can't get people to queue for it, because usually I was doing that. Then I found out you could solo it. How does this class take no damage, by the way? I thought these are supposed to be squishy. I do not feel squishy right now. I am not getting hit at all. I don't even think I have potion. I don't even have potions on the bar. God, I have reindeer milks. Alright, well, that'll be good enough for now. But yeah. Just try soloing it and just see what happens. Worst comes to worst, you're not getting S rank, but you're making some mesos still, if you can't find people to queue up for it. Alright, boys and girls. Well, I don't know if any girls actually watch the stream, but to everybody watching, we're about to find out if the prediction is true. Will it reset Black Mage today, or is it actually correctly coded to reset on the 1st and not on the 31st? Because this month has 31 days. We'll find out in 5 minutes. I forgot how long the strawberry farms take, because you don't just like I'm two-shotting these mobs. It's not slow by any means, but 1,000 mobs at these levels is pretty long. Well, I should say on this map. Not necessarily that 1,000 mobs takes that long if you're actually doing other maps. But the spawn rate and the way these spawn with no summons, as far as I'm aware, I don't think this class has summons. I have no idea. I love how it's still the weird class that has level 1 plus, level 2 plus, level 3, and then 4. Like there's, for some reason, extra steps to your job leveling up in this character. It's 205. I do like how a lot of thieves have these doppelgangers that follow you around that are just your clones. I've always thought that looked cool. It's one of the reasons why I thought Nightlord was super cool. Too bad the investment to make a Nightlord back in Classic was, like, not attainable as a new player and not understanding the game. That's definitely one of the things I've lost the ability to do, is just go into a game and, like, have that childlike just innocence of not knowing what you're doing, but you're just kind of pressing keys. And you're kind of just doing stuff. Like, I was a level of, like, 30 warrior back in Classic. On a different account, different time. And just... I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I barely understood the game. But god dang did I have fun playing that game. This class has lifesteal. That's why I'm healing. It's been on my screen this whole... 20% HP? At a 10% chance? Okay. So unless you get one tap, you're not dying. No wonder I'm immune to damage from these little strawberries. They cannot possibly kill me in that time frame. I will heal back up to full before they can kill me. Hey. I'm not gonna lie, this looks like a hurricane attack. If you told me this was a hurricane attack, I would have believed you. But you can't move while so it's not a hurricane. Okay. Well, we're not quite done on this character, but we'll come back to it later. Because the moment of truth. Reset is happening. And the answer to it is correctly coded, guys. Black Mage has not been reset. Because everything else has been reset? Yep, daily feast prep. All reset stuff is done. And our boy Black Mage is still locked. To no surprise, the prediction was a no. Good rip to the points from our boy Sal. Choose outcome. Outcome was no. Complete the prediction. Congrats to the people who made points off Sal and Justino. $28K points split between Lucas and Smart. Maybe one day they'll be useful. Alright, is there anything else I want to do before calling it here? Start this. Those are good. This check-in is just waiting. This is done. That's pretty much it. I am going to be calling it here for today, guys. Thank you again, Lucas, if you're still around for the sub. I'm very thankful for that. And to everybody who's been hanging out today, thank you guys so much. We'll be back tomorrow with some more Maplestory. We're going to be doing some dailies as per usual, bossing, the standard things. Prepping for this sunny Sunday. I'm going to go AFK in the Luxana on my Angelic Buster. And try to get this character up to 270. To everybody who's been watching the stream, thank you guys so much. And may you guys have a rest of your good rest of your day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world. Bye-bye!